Welcome back, folks, to the next video in the MechWarrior Living Legends tutorial series. My name is Tyler Jorgensen. I'm with MechWarrior Living Legends Wiki team. In this video, we're going to go over the HUD, your radar, and in your battle armor, tanks, aerospace, and mechs. So we'll start off here. You'll spawn in initially as battle armor. First warning, battle armor is very fragile. Doesn't have a lot of weaponry to take on a mech or a tank by itself. But if you feel brave enough, hey, all power to you, go for it. The weapons for battle armor are here. You've got your autocannon, manpack PPC, paralasers, tag laser rangefinder, flamer, and your explosive grenades, and your NARC grenade. So as far as the HUD goes, you'll notice it laid out pretty simply for a battle armor. You've got your two weapons, top left, top right, your missile pack on your back, and then whatever hand weapons you decide to choose if you don't want to stick with the basic rotary cannon. Up here in the top center, you'll notice your directional indicator and compass. Bottom center is your radar. You also have jump jets. Your status is on the bottom right. Your grenades are on the bottom left. Pretty simple HUD layout, pretty simple to deal with, nothing too complicated, nothing too fancy. For mechs, let's spawn in good old Anubis here. Get yourself down into the mech bay. Oh, by the way, when you spawn a vehicle, I tend to forget this a lot. When I'm spawning a vehicle for myself, you can choose camo prior to having it build your vehicle. You get your standard camos, solid colors, digital patterns like military uniforms, really crazy zany ones, wasp patterns, so on and so forth. So you got your mech or your vehicle. Let's start with the mechs first. Get inside of it. You'll get inside a vehicle or a mech. Default is F. So you'll have to get up on a mech about midline towards the cockpit. You'll see enter vehicle, hit F. So when it comes to a mech, the layout changes a bit. Your radar, your map actually, will pop up here in the top left. Your weapon indicators here in the top right. You'll see your throttle here at the bottom left. You have forward and reverse. Some mechs come with jump jets. Your radar in the center there. Most mechs come with a default of 1,000 meter sensor range. Your coolant on the bottom right. Your core temperature on the far right next to your radar. There's two bands. One, yellow. You'll get an alarm screaming at you saying, warning, you're overheating. If you go into the red, your mech will start taking heat damage. Your mech status indicator is on the bottom right with the equipment associated with the mech itself. Pretty simple layout, pretty easy to get familiar with. Your direction indicators there right smack in the middle, your torso twist bottom, and your pitch on the right of it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. So next thing's next. Power down, get out of the vehicle, and we'll take care of tanks. Spawn a pretty basic one here. Now on the bottom left here, you'll notice this little indicator with the arm and gear. That's your spawn timer for the vehicle. Only takes a few seconds in most cases to build a vehicle or mech. So with a tank, it's pretty much the same layout as you would see in a mech. Your direction, your twist, and your pitch. Radar in the bottom center, throttle on the left, equipment on the right, coolant status, temperature, and your vehicle status. Target indicator is going to be on the left. On most tanks, you'll have up here in the top left next to the timer and tickets is a missile warning indicator. So if somebody decides to rain hell upon you, it'll start flashing, warning incoming missiles, and you'll have this nice little beep going off in your ears. Nothing, like I said, nothing really too different from the mech itself. So next thing we'll move on to is get up in the aerospace, which is in some mech bays is going to be above the mech bay. And get up here and get in here. And you'll have different vehicles, light fighters, bombers, assault aircraft, etc., etc. There's two different classes of aerospace. You'll have VTOLs, which is vertical takeoff landing, usually just a glorified helicopter with a few guns on it, and then full-on light fighters, heavy fighters, bombers, and so on. So we'll get in to a basic fighter here. Now, aerospace is going to be a fair bit different when it comes to its HUD. So we'll let it spawn here. Now, I'm not an aerospace pilot by any means. I personally don't pilot these crafts, so I'm not going to take off into it. So, like I said, it's a bit different than a mech and a tank. Your radar is going to be in your bottom left, your map bottom right. Your temperature indicator is going to be attached to your radar. Throttle is going to be attached to your map. Your speed indicator is going to be on the center left, and your altitude on the center right, and your heading on the top. Vehicle indicator on the right, and your weapons indicator there on the top right. So like I said, it's a bit more compact, a little bit different layout, different feel. Power that down. So that pretty much takes care of HUD overviews for your different vehicles and for your battle armor. Gameplay tips like going into battle, controlling your mech, etc. are going to be taken care of in another video. So we really appreciate your time. We hope to see you playing alongside with us in a server. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll get you guys further instruction on the game itself. Thank you.